So I actually think the female beauty standard that feminists cry about is actually more than obtainable for like 90% of women. So, okay, flat stomach, you don't need abs, maybe a little bit of muscle tone, healthy BMI. That's very obtainable for most women. Whereas I would argue the male beauty standard that's rarely challenged by mainstream media is literally unobtainable without 2, if not 3 of the following: elite genetics, steroids, and 5+ years of basically treating the gym like a part-time or second job.
I agree with that.
Like if you, for example, if you look at the Superman movie, or sorry, not this, the superhero movies, and you look at all the male superheroes, they're typically like in insane shape. A lot of them are on steroids.
You're saying the woman superheroes aren't? They're usually
they're
like a Pixar mom.
Who's the girl who plays Wonder Woman? What's her name?
No, they look soft. They don't even look strong.
Gal Gadot. She's like has barely any like. That's like an average-looking girl. Like an average. Granted, she's thin, right? Or not, I don't know if thin's the right word, but she's a healthy BMI. That is like her body is achievable by vast majority of women.
I think the high body standard for men is placed by men, though. I don't think a lot of times
isn't it the same though
directing superhero movies that are like, oh yeah, Superman has to look like this. Women don't care about that.
Right, but there's always this conversation of, the
what
beauty.
What do you mean they don't care? Of course they care about that.
Spider-Man is like woman's favorite superhero. He's not anything. He's a child.
He's just some dude.
No, the male physique.
Spider-Man is literally just skinny.
And what women, I mean, we have more data on this when it comes to, what's considered like positive physiognomy and this type of thing than you can imagine. And yet, obviously, there's a standard which women have that they have a preference for, and they have an overwhelming preference for it. They want to see Superman with abs and big muscles. Okay,
you guys want to see bitches with fake tits and fat asses.
Let's go around the table and ask if we've ever been, Can we go around the table and ask if we've ever dated a very muscular gym guy?
Well, just because you can't get one doesn't mean that they wouldn't prefer one.
Most girls can get one.
Yeah, most girls
My boyfriend's a gym rat, and he's perfect.
And also, I don't think what me and Andrew are saying. It's not like as a guy you have to look like The Rock to get women, or that all women necessarily prefer the ideal. But when we're having
that's exactly what he's saying, though.
No, but when we're having a conversation about this,
saying most women do. Most.
I'm just stating the cost of a perfect body for each gender. Like, you take like an average 18-year-old woman, she's probably got she's probably fairly close to the idealistic female body, whereas comparing it to the idealistic the idealistic male body, the amount of work and genetics, even drug intervention that's required to do that is insane. So did you have something?
Oh my gosh, now I got a brain fart. I'm sorry.
Was it about your man?
No.
I've got a quote.
Good times.
Lala has something.
Yeah, just a quote to share. That a hurtful truther is better than a happy liar.
I've heard that.
Good quote.
I've heard that. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, just worded differently. People prefer comforting lies over uncomfortable truths.
They shouldn't.
That's another way too. So, where were we?
Well, can I ask this? Do you honestly believe, on average, if a woman had to choose between a man who had, let's say, 10, 15 extra pounds on him, right, or a man, and I'm just talking physically, I'm not talking about personality, none of that stuff, just physically, or a man who was in very good shape, who had maybe a flat stomach and seemed to be well muscled, you're saying that would not be the preference for most women?
Oh, I
Would
actually
be my
have an
preference.
answer.
What about most?
Yeah, I have an answer to that. I actually have a ton of influencer friends in TikTok and Instagram, and honestly, their boyfriends are not the standard of attraction, but they have that character, which is I am the provider and the protector, and their girlfriend, which is my friend, they're usually very homemade.
Yeah, so you're getting into personality.
Yeah.
I literally said, forget personality. Don't bring in the personality traits or how they are, how they act. Not even talking about that. Just saying physically, most women swipe right? There's a reason that they do. What do you think that is? Could it be that they have kind of like physical things that they're after, like height, for instance, is a big one.
I think you meant to say.
There's tons of polls on this. At what point are we going to just kind of grant that this is objective reality that women would obviously prefer men who are in better shape and look better?
I love a man that has a chubby boy heart.
Yeah, I like a dad bod. I
love a chubby boy heart.
A lot of women do.
I feel like I do not.
I like somebody who looks healthy. I mean,
Personality, personality twerks again. What about physically?
I just said
that.
We all said it, sir.
Personality quirks. I just said it's a teddy bear kind of.
Like me and Priya, like we said, we like, and Haley did too. We like more fit men. That's our preference. But I don't think that they're lying when they say that they do prefer men with men bods, because a lot of my friends like men with men bods. And honestly, my boyfriend now is the first fit man I've ever dated. They weren't like fat per se, but they weren't like they took their shirt off and you were like impressed. Okay, until now.
But of course, you're dating a fit man, right?
Now I am. And I said I prefer fit. But I'm not saying I don't think that they're liars for saying that.
I just think it's a PC.
I just think it's like a them if they're lying. I asked them a question about what they think the average woman would prefer.
Right now, honestly, I do think it's a dad bod. Most of my friends all say the same thing. That is the preference.
No, a lot of women do not like the gym guys. It's because I know you said not personality, but a lot of women associate a man with a very great physique to have a certain type of ego and personality. So a lot of women don't go after those type of men and they just naturally don't find them attractive anymore because they have a predisposed opinion on how they're going to act. So we can't say what most women are like because not all women.
No, we can because we have all sorts of polling data and we know what dating sites
and then
say
these polling
the preferences
who do you
are.
guys
We know
ask
everything
I've never
on this
polls,
particular
so
topic. We know more than almost any other topic
Then bring up
sociologically with the dating
like
preferences
Hinge
of
and
women,
stuff like that,
the
showing what
physiques
women
that they're
like.
after, the heights that they're after. We basically know almost everything that they're looking for, and they definitely do not prefer a man bod over a guy who's in good shape. On average, not even close.
I know you said not without personality, but are we talking about to date or to hook up with? Because a lot of people are on Tinder to not date. They're just they're to hook up. So a woman might want a 6'1" ripped guy to hook up with.
How do we get to the personality, Kiko? How do we get to the personality if the preference first starts with you must be 6'1"? Or you must be over 6 foot. How do we even get?
You can't hear us because you keep talking, so you can't hear us.
Take them off.
End call.
I think also
Make your point. Go ahead.
I think also what like Kiko is saying is usually a person's physique can be implicative of their character, and in my experience personally, and I know a lot of other girls who have gone through this, gym bros tend to be very vain and they tend to like criticize their partner because they want them to be at the same level, but that can be sort of like wearing down on their partner, and that's why I personally and a lot of other my girlfriends, they prefer the dad bod because those people are much kinder, much less vain.
Stereotyping.
The reason that you keep on bringing up personality, all of you avoiding this question, not all of you on the panel, but the two I'm engaging with anyway, keep avoiding this. Assume for a second that the same exact personality that they're attracted to, whatever that is, whatever those characteristics are that those people like as a personality trait, happens to also be packaged in a body that is more physically fit than not. Would they prefer that?
Donated $200. Everyone has a type. Did you pick your partner based on a poll? Watch Good Will Hunting and listen how Robin talks about his late wife. BTW, thank you babe for the Joe Malone.
Aww, I bought him a cologne recently, Joe Malone. And then I also bought him Elaba. Cologne.
Cool story, bro.
So yeah, I would like an answer to this, which is the reason you keep on bringing in what I prefer personality-wise and blah 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 is because you don't seem to want to answer this question. But you just simply stated this: if you had all those same personality types, like the person didn't change, but they just happen to be more fit and in better shape, wouldn't you prefer that to the alternative? That's the question.
No, I already answered that. I said I love a chubby boy
and I said
heart.
yes, I would. She said yes, she would. She said yes, she would. She said no. 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 She said no.
We've gone in circles, Andrew. We've gone in circles and we've gone nowhere.
No, it's the personality that we're really after.
She's the only one who brought up personality.
So I'm making it all else equal and saying, okay, they have the same personality, but instead of being 5'5", they're 6 foot. Would you prefer that?
I dated someone that was 5
Yeah,
feet.
Kiko.
Now he's changing it up because he didn't like our answer.
No, because it's the same question.
My ex-boyfriend was 5'7". My boyfriend now is 6
You
foot.
don't answer. You don't know
We've
what
all
Let's keep it
fucking
nice.
answered.
Let's not do insults. No insults, guys. Okay, hold on. Let me change the topic. Let me change the topic here. All right. I don't think we're gonna.